Once there was a rabbit who loved cheese. But of course, rabbits live in forests and fields where there is no cheese. So every day, this rabbit snuck into people's houses and stole their cheese. One day, a little girl found the rabbit eating her breakfast and she was very excited. "Mum, Dad," she said, "a little rabbit has come into our home. Can we keep her as a pet?" And so the windows were closed and the rabbit could not return to the forest. Every day, they gave her lots of cheese and she was very happy. But one day, the window was open and a snake came through it. It saw the fat little rabbit and it thought she looked very good. The rabbit tried to run away, but she was too slow. The cheese had made her fat and lazy, and the snake easily ate her. 5 days ago, I went to the post office to send a parcel. I hate going to the post office. I'm 20 years old and people of my age don't send letters and parcels. We just use emails and text messages. So I was standing in the queue, waiting to send my parcel. Most of the people there were old, and the queue moved very slowly. An old woman turned to me and said, "You're a young girl, aren't you? Are you sending that parcel to your boyfriend? Or maybe it's a present for your family?" Not exactly," I said. "Oh," she said. "Who is it for?" This was the other reason I hated going to the post office. Why did old people like asking so many questions? It really doesn't. Before I could finish, a man ran into the post office. He ran into me, and I dropped my parcel. Crash! My present had broken. I had used so much bubble wrap, but it wasn't enough. "Oh no," said the old woman. "Let me help you." "No, really, it's fine." But it was too late. She picked up the parcel and smelled it. Now that the glass was broken, the smell was very strong. "Is that Marmite inside there?" Everyone in the post office turned to look at me. "Why, yes," I said. "I should have never come." What was I thinking? People started talking, "Marmite, that's horrible, and such a young girl, too." I started to cry. "I'm sorry," I said. I picked up my parcel and ran home. I opened the parcel and cried while I licked the Marmite off the broken glass. Why could nobody understand it? I loved Marmite, and so did my pet snake, Misty. Well, she wasn't my pet. She was my ex-boyfriend's. But I loved her more than him. And she loved me, too. As soon as that letter had come through the door, I knew it. I was her real owner. Not my ex. "Misty, I'm sorry," I said, getting Marmite on my shirt. "Next time, I'll use more bubble wrap." "Why do you always do this?" I looked at Misty through the prison bars. My snake was always making problems, and this was not the first time she'd gone to prison. You're a snake, but that doesn't mean you can sneak into anyone's house and eat their pets. Misty didn't look at me. But she understood. I knew she understood. We had to leave the United Kingdom because of her. She loved eating pets so much, and the London police had put a bounty on her head. If someone found her and took her to the police, they would get £10,000. £10,000. It was a very big bounty. I really needed the money, but I loved Misty too much. So we came to Brazil. I knew my girlfriend wouldn't understand. She thought Misty was perfect. She didn't know that Misty was killing rabbits every day. One time, she even ate a cat. I had tried changing her. I closed all the doors and windows and I gave her mice to eat. But she wouldn't eat them. She only ate people's pets. I tried buying mice that were pets, that people didn't want anymore. But it was too expensive. I thought about buying some mice and making them have children. Then I would have food for her and they would be pet mice. But I didn't have time to do that. It's a good thing that I like going to the beach, I said. I can't believe I moved to Brazil just for my snake. There was another reason, of course. It was about my ex-girlfriend, Beverly. She was a bit strange. One day, she decided that Misty loved Marmite. Every day, she tried to give her Marmite. But she was a snake. Snakes can't eat Marmite. One day, I'd woken up to find Misty and Beverly in the kitchen. She had covered Misty in Marmite so that she looked like a Marmite snake. A Marmite snake. I couldn't believe it. Then she started licking off all the Marmite. I almost called the police, but there was the bounty on Misty's head, so I couldn't. But it's okay, I said to myself. Beverly's still in the United Kingdom. She doesn't know where we are. We're safe. Or we will be safe if you stop eating people's pets. Misty said nothing. The police came and opened the prison bars and I took her home. I had to pay a lot of money, but Misty didn't have to stay in prison. But when we got home, there was a parcel waiting for us. I picked it up and saw the address on it, and it came from the United Kingdom. I dropped it. Crash. I knew what was inside, I knew. And then the smell came. She knows where we are, girl. I thought about what to do. My ex knew where we were, but that didn't mean she would come here, did it? Then I remembered that horrible morning when Beverly had licked the Marmite off Misty's body. I packed my suitcase, took Misty and ran into the street. I called a taxi and told them to take us to the airport. I wasn't going to do this again. Misty the snake was finally home, Ghana. She had been taken from her country at a young age, and she had to live in that horrible United Kingdom, where it was always so cold. So she had done everything to get back to Ghana. She knew that British people loved their pets. So she ate them. Then they put the bounty on her head. That was perfect. She just had to make her owner take her to Ghana. So she waited for the newspaper every day. She took it in her mouth and she opened it to the travel pages. She found pictures from Ghana and stories about it, and she left them on the kitchen table. She used her tongue to change the television channel to find programs about Ghana. She took Beverly's Marmite, oh, it was horrible, and used it to write Ghana on the floor. And her owner had taken her to Brazil. He didn't read the newspaper or watch TV. He didn't even look at the floor. He only looked at his phone, and he had wanted to go to Brazil all his life. So when they were in Brazil, Misty tried again. She watched him and learned how to open his phone. One day, while he was having a shower, she opened his phone with her tongue. Then she opened lots of websites about Ghana. She did this every day. Sometimes her owner said, "That's strange. I didn't open that website." But he never thought it was her. He didn't think that snakes could do that. Finally, she had to give him a reason to leave. And Beverly was perfect for that. Yes, it had been difficult to send a letter as a snake. Licking the envelope was easy, but writing with a snake tongue was very hard. But she had done it. She sent a letter to Beverly asking for her help, and Beverly sent her the Marmite. Everything had worked perfectly. And now, finally, she was in Ghana. She was home. She could eat all the animals she wanted. But right now, there was one animal she really wanted to eat. An animal she had wanted to eat for a very long time. Misty the snake sneaked into her owner's bedroom. He was sleeping. She hoped that he would wake up. It was always more fun when they woke up.
Once there was a place called Tir na Nog. The name meant the land of youth. It was a magical land where everyone was young forever. To decide who would be king in the land of youth, they had a game. All the men stood by the castle and ran to a chair. The first man who sat in the chair became king, and he was king for 7 years. Then they played the game again, and there was a new king. But there was never a queen. A girl called Niev wanted to be queen very much, but she could not be queen. There were no queens in the land of youth. Everyone said Niev was beautiful, but Niev didn't want to be beautiful. She wanted to be strong and to be queen. One year, Niev's father won the game and became the king. Niev was very happy and said, "Father, can I help you be king?" But her father said no. He didn't want help from other people. He wanted to be king on his own. Niev's father was afraid of many things. He thought that someone might try to kill him so that they could be king. He thought that someone would run faster than him in the next game. But he had a druid who could see the future, so he asked him to see the future. "Nobody will kill you, my king. And only one person would run faster than you, your son-in-law. So if your daughter never gets married, you will not have a son-in-law, and you can be king forever." "But how can I do that? My daughter is beautiful. Many men will want to marry her." "I have magic, my king," said the druid. "I can make her so ugly that no one will want to marry her." "Do it," said the king. So the druid cast a spell. Niev's body changed. Her face now looked like a pig, and her body looked like a pig. She was strong and had lots of hair like a pig, but she was not beautiful anymore. Her father was very sad and said to the druid, "What can I do? I did not want this for my daughter." "I am sorry," said the druid. "But I cannot change the spell. It is done." But Niev was very happy. Actually, she had asked the druid to cast the spell on her. She wanted to be strong, like a pig. And now that she was ugly, no one would want to marry her. So she could do what she wanted. "I am going to Ireland," said Niev. "The land of youth is boring." "Be careful, Niev," said the druid. the spell will not break. But if you marry the son of Fian Mac Cumhale, then the spell will break. Well, it will change. I do not know if it will break. Ha, said Niamh. I will never get married. So Niamh went to Ireland and lived alone in the forest. Every day, she cut wood and carried the heavy trees. She was strong and happy. There was a family who liked to go hunting in the forest. The men in the family were all very strong, but one of the sons, Oisin, was not so strong. His brothers always laughed and said, Oisin, you are so weak. Niamh thought that this was stupid. Oisin wasn't weak. He was not strong, but he was fast, and he hunted well. Niamh watched him, and thought he was very interesting. One day, Oisin and his two brothers hunted a big pig. It was very dangerous, and the pig killed Oisin's two brothers. But Oisin did not stop hunting it. Niamh thought he would die. But finally, Oisin was fast and clever, and he killed the pig. Niamh saw all this and thought that Oisin was amazing. But the young man could not take the pig home. It was too heavy, and he was too weak. Oh no, said Oisin. I have all this blood on me. If I go home, my father will think that I killed my two brothers. But I cannot take the pig home, because it is too heavy. Thought Niamh. I want to help the boy, but if he sees me, he will want to kill me, because I look like a pig. But he is weak and tired. I will help him. So Niamh came out of the trees. Hello, Oisin, she said. I saw you kill the pig. You are a very clever man. Who are you? Said Oisin. I am Niamh. Do not be afraid. I look like a pig, but I am really a person. I will help you carry the pig you hunted. I don't believe you, said Oisin. Fine, don't believe me, said Niamh. Then she picked up the pig and started walking. I can carry it myself. I am very strong. But finally, Oisin helped her, and they carried the pig through the forest. When they were close to Oisin's house, Niamh left. Where are you going? Said Oisin. My family will want to say thank you. Don't be stupid, she said. They will think I am a monster, and that I hurt you. Can I see you again? Said Oisin. Niamh laughed. You really want to see me again? Most men thought she was too strong and too ugly. But Oisin liked her. Fine, come to the forest at night and we will talk. So every night, Niamh and Oisin met and talked. They became very close, and Niamh thought that she loved Oisin. But there was a problem. She couldn't meet Oisin's family. They would think she was a monster. Then, one day, Oisin told Niamh about his father. He is called Fian Mac Cumhale, and he is a great hunter. I will never be strong like him. Niamh remembered what the druid had said. If you marry the son of Fian Mac Cumhale, then the spell will break. Oisin, she said. We have to get married. Ha! Believe me. If we get married, I will be a normal girl again, and we can be happy. Oisin didn't think that she was ugly now, but he wanted her to join his family. So he said yes, and they got married in the forest at night. They found a man who could marry them, and disguised Niamh so that he could not see her face. But when Niamh and Oisin kissed, the spell was not broken. Niamh did not change. Instead, Oisin changed. His face became like a pig, and his body became like a pig. Now they were both ugly and strong, like pigs. "Oh no," said Niamh. "I am so sorry, Oisin, I did not know." Oisin laughed. "Do you still like me?" "Of course I do." "Then it does not matter. I am strong now, like you. We will go to my family. They will understand because we are in love." But Oisin's family did not understand. They thought that Niamh and Oisin were monsters, and Fionn Mac Cumhaill said, "Leave. Never come back. You are not my son." For many days, Oisin cried. He loved his family, but they did not understand him. "Come," said Niamh. "We will go back to the land of youth, Tir na Nog. I have an idea." Niamh disguised them both. They wore heavy clothes, so that nobody could see their faces. They waited for the time of the game in Tir na Nog, and then they went there. "You will run in the game," said Niamh. Oisin was happy to run. He was very fast and very strong, so he easily won. Niamh's father was very angry. Who was this strange man, and how did he win? "But the druid told me this can't happen," said the king. "He said that only my son-in-law would be faster than me, the son of Fionn Mac Cumhaill." "I am your son-in-law," said Oisin. He took off the disguise, and all the people in the land of youth gasped. Niamh went and stood with him, and took off her disguise. "I have married your beautiful daughter, and now I am king." "And I am queen," said Niamh. "No," said Niamh's father. "There can be no queen in Tir na Nog." "Actually, there can," said Oisin. "I am king, and I say that there will be a queen." So Niamh became queen, and she was very happy. Because she and Oisin were strong, fast and clever, nobody could kill them. So they were king and queen for 7 years, and after that, Oisin won the game again, so they were king and queen again. One day the druid said to the queen, "You know, I could cast another spell. I could make you beautiful again. You don't have to be pigs forever." But Niamh just laughed. "We want to be pigs forever. Pigs are strong and clever. Anyway, the people of Tir na Nog love us." And it was true. The people loved their king and queen, and everyone was happy in the land of youth. Of course, Niamh and Oisin were not king and queen forever. Finally, they got bored of it, so one year Oisin ran slowly, and someone else got to the chair first.